And the Marine Corps is working to contain the spread of the coronavirus on MCAS Miramar after 2 local Marines tested positive. News 8's Brandon Lewis is live at the base with the latest on how military officials are responding to this coronavirus crisis. Brandon?
And Carlo, Marines say they are practicing social distancing. They've closed the non-essential businesses that operate on the base, and they are also making preparations for a potential worst-case scenario. That means setting aside barracks for isolation or quarantine.
We're doing everything we can to prevent the spread, to limit its impact here on the base, limit its impact on the community, and make sure that we're ready for those missions that are going to be coming at us in the future.
Marines across San Diego are taking special precautions to deal with the outbreak of coronavirus. At Miramar, that means setting aside a barrack for anyone in isolation or quarantine.
These folks have food brought to them, their laundry is taken care of. We plan for basically all of their living essentials along the way. So we're taking those kinds of steps here on the base to make sure that anybody that contracts it gets isolated appropriately.
Marines at Camp Pendleton put together tents to handle any surge in cases and also set aside barracks for those who need to recover. The virus is changing the way of life on base. Just like on the outside, the Marines closed clubs and non-essential businesses. Restaurants are takeout only, and some places have limited hours. It's also changing how they interact to avoid large gatherings.
Things like formations, large group settings, meetings, those kinds of things may be curtailed in the future. But right now, the commanding officer has set kind of a soft cap at 75 people right now.
The most serious cases will go to military hospitals, which also spent the week putting together tents and preparing for an onslaught of cases. Miramar Marines and local medical staff are in a unique situation since they have housed thousands of people in quarantine from Wuhan and the Grand Princess cruise ship.
We're just trying to replicate some of the things that the CDC did that were very successful with the Wuhan quarantine and with the Grand Princess quarantine, and putting them onto the smaller scale with what we're doing.
So again, a case of preparing for the worst and of course hoping for the very best.